Okay, I'm recording now. Hey, Suzanne, I'll go ahead and get started. And then as I follow along, and if there's any questions, I'll make sure everybody's got my contact information. I can Zoom with them individually if need to be, especially, picking investments, that kind of stuff. So I'll go ahead and get started for everybody. But hey, it's great to be back with ParkHub. You guys invited me to a fun lunch last month to talk about investing in general. And we're back here with a live 401k plan. And it's exciting. We're here now at the point where we're live, and so it's active and ready for you guys. So my name again is Mike Wallace. I'm your 401k advisor. My company 401 Plans is as the advisor, but we're also the third party administrator. So Rebecca Scott is on from our office in California in Simi Valley, and if there's any administrative questions or anything that she can answer, she'll be working closely with Suzanne and the team for basic administration of the plan. But this is an exciting day. We got everything active and ready to go. So today I'll talk a little bit about what's a 401k, what a 401k is not. I'm going to show you guys some enrollment demos, and you can follow right along and actually enroll on the spot. Enrollment is very, very easy. Everybody's eligible for the plan, so you can go straight in there and get started today. But the demos will show you how to do that. And then at the end, I'm going to show you a couple of, also there's a video about some of the personal budgeting software that's available to you for free. And then there's a video about the phone app, which is an award-winning phone app for Voya, which you can also use. So first off, I got a caveat because last time we talked about investments and stuff, I want to just warn everybody, this is a 401k. So today we're not talking about Bitcoin and Dogecoin and buying, out of the money, call and put options on Tesla or Nokia. So that was some of the questions I got last month, which I'm in all of that stuff, but we can't have that in a 401k. So a 401k is a basic, yeah, I got you, Doja Brown. Okay, so 401k is the basic, hey, Warren Buffett, buy and hold and don't look at it. So we'll talk about a little bit of that as we go forward. So listen, the first thing about a 401k, and all of you are very familiar, and I've got a very sophisticated audience here, but it's a tax deferred way to invest. And it's an employer sponsored program that ParkHub is sponsoring and paying for. And it's a benefit to you all as employees so that you can actually invest and save for retirement. It's a retirement vehicle. It's not a trading platform. It's not a brokerage account or anything else. It's a way to invest a lot of money tax-free so that that money can grow, and over time, we keep you out of your son or your daughter-in-law's basement when you're in retirement age. So that's the goal for all of us here with the 401k. But it's really designed to be just a retirement vehicle. So what I ask for everybody to do, and I don't probably see this happening as much with you guys, but we have a lot of other clients, and sometimes they use it as a Christmas fund. Sometimes they use it to buy new rims and tires. Please don't do that with your 401k. These are retirement accounts. Every time you take money out of your 401k, and granted, there you can get to it if you need to for emergencies, but every time you take money out, you pay two costs. First is a real hard cost. There's a 10% penalty, as well as the you pay the tax on it from the IRS. So that's a real hard cost. The second thing is just opportunity cost. When you take that money out of your investments and out of that market, that money is no longer working for you. It's going towards something else. And we always want, we work for money, but then we want that money to go to work for us. And we talked a little bit about that last time. Now, why do we want to take maximum advantage of the 401k? A couple of reasons. One, it's low cost as opposed, and usually when compared to other investment vehicles. So if you have an IRA, an individual retirement account, and you're putting money in there monthly, you could be paying pretty heavy transaction fees every time you do a transaction with the funds that you're buying. You're also treated as an individual, so the pricing is naturally higher with an IRA. In your new Voya 401k, you're invested alongside of millions and millions of other participants, so you get better pricing, you get better funds available to you, And overall, it's a cheaper, more efficient way to save for retirement because it's that money goes away tax deferred before it even hits your pocket. The second reason that we like 401ks and we want to take maximum advantage of them is just you can invest more tax free than you can with an individual retirement account. Right now, the IRS rules say that you can defer $19,500 of your own money tax free if you're under 50, and if you're over 50, the number with a catch up, it's called, is $26,000. So you can defer a lot more into your retirement accounts than you can as an individual. Okay, so what's in a 401k? I built you guys a portfolio of great funds in all 9 asset classes. You have everything from a 100% out of the market guaranteed fixed account, which returns about 1%, but it's a risk-free way to basically have a savings account with that money, all the way to tech stocks and international market. And you can actually do some other things if you're into real estate and some other things. But really what we've got in here is we've got a wide balance of great funds. And we always pick the lowest cost funds that we can for people to invest in because fees matter. And we also, I talked about this last month, but the efficient market theory tells us that all information is already baked into the price of all these stocks that are in these funds. In other words, what company's going bankrupt, who's buying who, what did Elon Musk have for breakfast, what's he going to tweet later today? All that stuff is already baked in to the price of these stocks. So it's really hard to beat the market consistently. So a lot of these actively managed funds, and those are funds that are target date funds, which are still good funds, but funds where people are buying and selling, trying to beat the market, it's really hard to do. And so long-term, it's been proven that good index funds with a whole bunch of stocks in them that are low cost, really for a long-term, end up earning you a lot more money in your retirement. So here's a perfect example. In your account, I put the Fidelity 500 index fund. The Fidelity 500 is actually a mirror copy of the Standard & Poor's 500 index, which is 509 of the largest companies out there: Tesla, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Home Depot, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, ExxonMobil. All those big companies are in the S&P 500. So when you put $100 of your money into the Fidelity 500, you're buying a little piece of all of those companies. And so Fidelity 500 has been around since 1988. It's one of my favorite funds, and it's got a lifetime return of 11%, which is fantastic over the long haul. And that's with all the ups and downs of the market. So for you guys, before I go into the demos, just want to let you know that I'm available to you all. I'll get my phone number out there for everybody. You've got my email address from the invite. You can request some time. I can Zoom or meet with you and talk about your individual portfolio. But that's my job, is to help you guys invest in a way that's suitable and is going to get you where you want to go in your retirement accounts. I'll also be able to take a look if you have old 401ks or another IRA. Those are all what's considered in the industry portable. So you can, if you want to, move it over into your new 401k. And you do that for a couple of reasons. One, it might be cheaper to put it here, or two, you just might like having everything in one place where you can look at it either on the web or for, as we've already stated, the award-winning phone app for Doja Brown. So if it's that great and you want to have it in one place, we have a lot of folks that have field workers and they like just having it on their phone. So I'll show you what that looks like as well. All right, so before we talk about how to enroll and everything else, I'll pause for any questions you have about general 401ks. Yes, okay. Is there a cost? Hey, thanks, Alex. Is there a cost to moving multiple other 401ks into this one? No. So the process itself is real simple. Send me an old statement from your 401k. Voya has a one-page form. You fill it out. We put your new account number on there, and the two financial institutions will actually talk to each other. You don't even have to take hold of the money. There's a penalty if you hold on to the money too long, if it's in a tax-deferred investment, but you can move it over, and they'll move it over, and one day it'll just move for you, and they'll see it in your, and it'll be invested the way your new 401k is, and however you want it to be. So it's very easy to do that. We can help you with that, and we do it all the time for clients. That's a good question. So if you got a question about that and you want me to look at an old statement, you can shoot me an email and send it to me, and I'll tell you what you're paying at the other one, or how we do that. It's real simple. That's a great question. What other questions do we have before we look at some of the demos? Okay, remember 401ks, we don't have individual stocks in there. It's not a brokerage account. We can't do trading. Any transfers though, if you want to make changes to your investments, is no cost. And if you make a change, it'll take place at the end of that trading day. So you may want to move out of one fund into another. It's real easy to do that on the website. I'll show you how to do that. And there's no cost to doing that. So you may see something in the market you don't like and you want to consolidate a little bit. It happens all the time, but it's real easy to do in your 401k. The only caution I'll give you is the rules are with a fixed account. If you move into the fixed account, so for example, if you're worried the market's going to turn, you have to stay in there for 90 days. So there's some better places to go if we see a downward slide in the market, or if you don't want to move at all, you just keep getting more aggressive during that time period. We're dollar cost averaging in your 401k, which means we buy on a set schedule. So when we buy, sometimes when it's a higher cost, and we buy sometimes when it's a lower cost. And I want you all to not be worried. Everybody on here is real young, so don't be worried about a downturn in the market. And if it goes flat for a little while, you're just buying everything at a discount. Okay, any questions before we hit the demo? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you what's on that ParkHub brochure and the link that you'll click on to go to the enrollment site. So give me a second here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first one is the ParkHub brochure. So this is actually what you've received via email, and it has your name on the bottom. It says ParkHub 401k plan. The second page of this just says, hey, congrats, let's get started. And then this is the third page where when it says click on this, myretirementbenefit.voya.com, this is your plan number. So it's 81H is in hotel 420. And then the plan verification number is that same 81H is in hotel 42099. And I'll show you where we're going to enter that here in a second.
Yeah, if you click that link, it bakes all that in, fills all that in for you.
Yep. So when you click that, it goes straight to, are you ready to enroll? And up in here on the left, it says ParkHub 401k plan. And it's going to show you, this is the 81H 420, and then there, and then you hit let's go. So I'm going to jump to another demo to show you how to do that, and you can follow along while we're doing that. So this is my demo that I'm showing you right now. And
Mike, I don't think we're seeing your screen there.
Oh,
we're just on the
okay.
PDF still.
Okay, let me do that. Let me change. Sorry. Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, can everybody see it says join the movement, start here?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, so thanks for letting me know. So you'll have your numbers in here. When you click on that link, it's the 81H420 and then 81H42099. You'll hit let's go. And then it'll ask you for your social security number. You enter that twice, date of birth, and then your zip code. So you'll fill all that in, and then you'll hit continue. And then there's a whole bunch of details they're going to ask you for your first and last name. This is Sarah Voya, obviously, for the demo. She lives in Connecticut. Email and phone number. You can use your work email or you can use your personal email. It doesn't matter. You'll be getting notifications and some information over email, but you'll need your mobile number because they'll send you text to do a double verification to get you into the website. Okay, underneath here it says employment and annual salary. That's an estimate that's used for an internal calculator, which you'll see here in a minute. But if you're paid twice a month, you'll put 24 pay periods per year. So you'll fill all this out and then click continue. Okay, Now it says here at the top, now it's time to set some goals. There's some internal calculators that you can dial up, dial out, down, and use. But we're going to basically sit, Sarah, based on these goals, will you be ready? We hit let's see. So this is the enrollment landing window. And I'm going to point out a couple of things in here. This piece up here where it talks about My Orange Money, that's something you can take a look at later. It'll basically say, hey, if you want X amount during retirement, you need to save more, save less, and you can adjust some assumptions. So it'll give you a good example of trying to hit that target time when you want to retire and are you saving enough? And it'll take into account things like other retirement accounts that you have, Social Security, and all those things. Here, what you're doing is you're looking at your paycheck, and in Sarah Voya's example, based upon what she entered in for her salary, $188 is going to go in pre-tax into her investment accounts, but it's only going to feel like 135 coming out of her paycheck because it's tax deferred, right? So it's pre-tax. So this can go up or down. You can see I'm down at 6, I'm at 5, and when I go down to 5, you see my orange dial keeps going down. But if I raise it up, that's actually just a calculator that's saying, hey, here's some estimates you can use to see if you're ready to go. Now here is where you pick your investments. So you've got 3 options. Give me advice. That's if you want to be contacted by a Morningstar service person, which will cost you extra. You guys have me, I can help you, or you can get there yourself. Guide Me gives you 2 opportunities, and I'll click on that. Guide Me says we're going to either pick our investments based on the year I want to retire, and we'll use target date funds. Remember, target date funds start off if you're young, real aggressive, and as you get closer to retirement, they start moving into more conservative investments. And so the goal is to hit one of these target dates as close to your 65th birthday as you can, and then conserve all that money that you've saved. If you go on the risk I'm willing to take, we have in your account conservative funds, we have moderate funds, we have aggressive funds, and those are balanced funds as well. So that's one way to address it. So that's an option for you and your investments. If you would like to go in and see all the different investments that are in your portfolio, you click on Get There Myself, and then you've got 2 choices. You can choose a risk tolerance level, and for this demo, no matter what I click, it'll show the same portfolio. It says moderately aggressive, but that's not really true because it's got bonds, but it'll lay out for you a portfolio recommended based upon your risk profile. And then it goes to the bottom and you say, go with these choices. Or if you wanted to, you can actually go back and sketch out all of these funds, and it'll break them all out. So when you click on one of these, let's say large cap value, it'll have all the large cap value funds. And if you click on that fund, the great thing about it is it'll pop up a 1-pager that looks like, where is it? I got it right. Oh, it looks like this. Can everybody see that? It says Fidelity 500 Index Fund. So in here, what's great about it is you got the objective and strategy. Again, it's an index fund, so it's not actively managed. You're just buying everything in the S&P 500. It's got your volatility and risk. It has your top 10 holdings. These are all giant companies. No shocker here: Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Alphabet, Google, Tesla. And then down here, I always make sure people understand their expense ratio. This is a very inexpensive. It's 0.02 of a 1% expense to run that, because there's not a bunch of guys and gals in suits buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. This is just an index fund, so it's got everything in the S&P 500. So when you click on those funds, that's what that looks like. So that would be on here inside your own. When you're enrolling, you'll have everything that's listed in these asset categories for you, and you can click on it, it'll throw up a 1-pager. So for the purpose of the demo, it's going to say go with these choices. That put me in half a large cap, half a small cap. That's fine. And then we hit continue. So then it's going to go to the bottom and say, are you good with this? You'll have your mix here where it says view my selections, but that's what you'll have chosen for investments. And again, I'm here to help anybody that wants to pick a portfolio. It says go with these choices. It says, great. Would you like to elect your beneficiaries now or later? So if you do it now, it's going to ask you for who is it, could be spouse, could be children, and some information. You can always elect later, but that's something you can come back and do later. So we'll just say elect later. And then it's going to ask you confirmation. This is Sarah Voya. She lives in Windsor, Connecticut. Here's her email, mobile phone number, date of hire. She's going to contribute 7% of her salary. And then there's an option here if you want to, where you do an automatic step up. So you could say, hey, every year on my anniversary of work anniversary, or this anniversary, I'm going to add 1%. That's totally an option to do. And then you can stop it too. So it's this, in her case, she would say automatic increase of 2% every year and stop at 13%. She's in target date 2050. The beneficiaries are my spouse, John Voya, and you hit enroll now and you're in. And you'll get an email, and then you'll get something in the mail, probably in 4 or 5 days, with a PIN number. And it's going to have a PIN that you use to log in. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. So when we go back and we're starting to actually log in, you're going to log into, let me get it here. Okay, so once you're enrolled, you'll go to the login screen, and it's going to look like this. And you can log in with the username, or if it's your first time, so you guys are all enrolled, you'll hit first time register, and it'll say, do you want to log in with a PIN and your social security number or date of birth, or do you want to use other information and your date of birth? You have 2 choices to do that. It's going to recognize you from being enrolled into the plan. So we will, for registration, it's going to give you 2 choices, basically social security number plus a PIN, or social security number plus a date of birth. That PIN is what you'll have received in the mail. So here's what it looks like once you get into the website. And this is, again, a demo. But the first thing that you have is the splash landing that says, are we ready for retirement? And so that's the My Orange Money. And it's funny, it says, when I think about retirement, I feel happy, sad, worried, unsure. But you can click on one of these things and it'll show you how you're doing. So here's the splash that we talked about. You can dial up your retirement age. You can increase your contributions. You can say, hey, I think I'll get 8% a year. And it gives you a shot at actually giving a real good calculator of everything you've got, your investments, what you think you're getting return wise, and then how much you're putting in. And it'll show you whether you need to invest more. For example, if I go down to 2%, it says you need to add more to get to the orange. So that's an internal retirement calculator that you can have. Then you'll go down here and you can see what your balance will be, your personal rate of return year to date. And then you can look at other time periods to manage see if your personal rate of return, and it'll show you all the different funds that you're in as well. And you can manage investments if you want to. Click on that button. You can reallocate everything you have and say, I want to get out of this fund and move into this. Or you can say, going forward, I want my new contributions to be into new investments. You can do whatever you want. It's going to talk about your balance history, things like that. And then down here, you've got all these cool calculators. Last time we did the luncheon, we talked about a free calculator, and that's what this is. It says organize your money, and you can get a free personal action plan that's actually, that looks like this. It'll drop you to this thing and it'll say, do you have 10 minutes or do you have 30 minutes? And if you have 30 minutes, you can put in all of your information. You can put in all of your information and it'll tell you what you're getting and where you need to go. I'm going to show you this short 1-minute video, and give me a thumbs up if you can see this video. No? Okay, hold on. Sorry. Let me change new share. Okay. And this is a cool feature that's free that comes with Voya.
We can't hear anything if we're supposed to be.
Oh, you can? Okay, hold on.
No.
You'll have to make sure you go into your share settings in Zoom to share the audio.
Yeah, let me fix that. Thanks, guys. I am not the Oh, here we go. Let's start this one over.
Each time you log on, you'll land here
Can you hear?
on your
Awesome.
homepage, the window into
Thanks, everybody.
your financial world. This is where you'll see up-to-date information on your accounts, net worth, investments, spending, insurance, and more. Let's begin with the organizer, located here. This is where you enter your essential details and connect your financial accounts. Once it's complete, all other features come to life. If you want to know if you're on target to reach important financial goals, like saving for retirement or funding your children's education, come here to your financial workshop. In just a few clicks, you'll see where you are, where you need to be, and options to help you get there. When you're ready to monitor your cash flow, click here on the Spending tab. In Spending, you can create budgets to help you stay on track to reach your spending and your savings goals. Go to Investments to learn more about your asset allocation and to see the current values of your holdings. You can drill down into your asset types for a detailed breakdown of each of your investments. That's all for now, but remember to visit the Help section located in the top right corner of the page to learn more about your personal financial website.
Okay, so that is one of the cool things that's built in. It's part of the Voya website, so it's a free service for everybody, which is a pretty neat feature for folks that like to do that. Now, the last one I'm going to show you is a, let's see here, find that phone app. Doja Brown, here you go. You tell me if this is it. Dell.
Looking for a convenient way to stay on top of your retirement savings goals? The Voya Retire mobile app for your iPhone or Android device gives you quick and easy access to your retirement savings account. It also features My Orange Money, an interactive experience that helps you determine how much money you'll need down the road and if you're on track to meet your goals. For example, by clicking on the Contributions icon, you can see your current contribution rate. By moving the sliders, you can easily adjust the amount of money you contribute each pay period. Click on Make the Change Now to confirm your selections. To get more information about your account, scroll down and tap on the plan name. This will bring up other account details, like your personal rate of return and balance history. You can view your balance by fund or by source. You can navigate to other key areas of your account using the quick links at the bottom of the screen. Tap on Investments to view and manage your elections. You may have the option to transfer money from one investment to another. The best way to discover what Voya Retire can do for you is to spend some time getting to know it. The specific features available to you vary depending on your plan, and some features are not available to all users. Saving money in your retirement account today can help you be ready for the things you want to do in the future. The Voya Retire app can help you stay on track toward reaching your goals.
Okay, so admittedly, the bar is set pretty low for retirement 401k provider platforms, but Voya actually won all their awards about 2 years ago, and so the rest of the record keepers like Nationwide and John Hancock are trying to catch up and offer those same things. The cool thing about this site is that it lets you actually make all the changes you want to, even on the app. So we do have a lot of folks that like having that out in the field, or they just carry that around with them. They can dive in and take a look. Like anything, this is a 401k too, so I always recommend to folks, don't look at it every day. If you do, it might drive you crazy, but because you're subject to the ups and downs of the market. But it is a neat feature that if you wanted to make a quick change and you weren't at your computer, you can do it right on the phone. So that is a pretty cool thing that's available there. So that's the last thing I was going to show you guys, and I'm going to open up for any questions that you might have about anything that relates to your new 401k. Certainly in the enrollment itself is pretty easy to do. We want to get everybody enrolled and get you all excited. And if you want me to make some personal recommendations, just fire off an email to me. We can do a screen share and look at what's in there and we can help you out. That's my job, is to take care of everybody and make sure all their questions are being answered. So I'll open it up for questions for everybody. And you can type it in there or just.
Would you mind going over the basics of our ParkHub plan? Like, what's the company match? What's
Okay.
the max, like, dollar amount, like,
Sure.
for the executives making $3 million that are on the phone? Like, are they really getting 6% match, or are they being cut off, you know?
No, so no, thanks for bringing it up. So basically, you guys have your limitations for your own personal deferments is based upon your age. That's the way the IRS sets it up. So 19,500 if you're under 50 years old, and if you're over 50, you get a $6,500 catch up. So your total amount is 26,000. That changes every year. It didn't change from 20 to 21, but it'll probably change in 2022. As for the match, you guys have what's called a discretionary match, which is what a lot of our clients have. There's not a formula set up yet. Once we get this thing up and running, the company will decide, what they want to do going forward, but it's a discretionary, which is how a lot of our clients do it. It's not set to a particular formula because we just wanted to get this thing up and running before they take a hard look at that. So our job too is to help the company decide, based upon our client base, what makes sense for the company size and things like that. So there's not a match as of today because it's discretionary, but there could be one in the future.
So what is that? And maybe this is a Suzanne question, but what does that practically mean, that ParkHub might start offering a match in January of 2022, or they might sometime this year? They're just trying to sort through it, or what?
So honestly, hey, what I can at least speak for we want to get this thing up and running as fast as possible. And then I think the company leadership will talk about what they want to do going forward. So as of today, everybody's eligible. Get everybody in and get the deferment started. This is just a great way, efficient, to put your own money in, and then the company will take a look at where they're at and what they want to do.
Yeah, one of the points Harrison made when we were talking about this some months ago is that 401k allows you to put more into your retirement than if you didn't have a company 401k.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
definitely that benefit.
The IRA, if you're under 50, it's $6,000. So it's 3 times as much, more than that in a 401k. That's why we say it's more efficient. You can just put more in.
And then we're not really limited with 401k as far as messing with our percentage. We can do that once a day or something, or?
Yeah, you can honestly make that change, as often as you want. One of the good things is with your payroll system, it's integrated. So when the payroll is not integrated to Voya, yours is, a lot of times a file goes off to Suzanne or whoever's doing, and then they say, hey, Mike Wallace wants to increase by a percentage. And this will be seamless, so that if you want to up it, it'll just go in and it'll automatically happen. You guys have what's called 360 integration. So that's a good feature for you as well. And it makes our job a lot easier as the administrator, because we can pull out census data we'd otherwise be harassing Suzanne and other folks for.
Yeah, but it's good for us also, because we're not making some once a year decision today or tomorrow that we can't change until January.
Yeah.
Something. So that's nice.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Those are good questions. Anybody else?
Hey, Mike, I had a question, and thank you for your time today,
Yeah.
by the way. If you're contributing, up to 6K in an IRA, does that affect the 19.5K?
No, it does not. You can do both. Yep. Yep. So this is an employee-sponsored plan, and yours is an individual plan. So really, we always tell folks, if you can do it, max out the tax-deferred stuff first, take Uncle Sam's money, put it in, and then you can start working on. I mean, that's kind of the basic vanilla advisor advice we give, because a lot of people have brokerage accounts and they do stuff that's not tax deferred, Robinhood, Stash, whatever, what you guys are all using. But this is a separate deferred qualified plan that you can put into that's not affected by your IRA. That's a great question. Anybody else?
So if we enroll, say today, Is it going to take some time, or is it going to like next paycheck, next pay period, or how quickly will it start?
I think, and I don't know the exact, I think what Suzanne's doing is calibrating the first pay period, so to get it all synchronized. So what it'll do is you enroll today, get your deferment percentages and what investments you want set, and then when Suzanne, says go, I'm sorry, you're going to talk.
Yeah, we're going to shoot for July 1st because fiscal year, it will help with if you have other funds.
Oh, good. But we can move other funds if you're interested in there right off the bat. Just shoot me a note. Let me know what you want. This happens when we do new plans. And I'll tell you whether I think financially it's a good idea or not. Like I said, I have another client and one guy came from Google and he had a big old fat 401k, but it was just Google versus, small startup. And so the costs were different. And I told him, I said, man, you just keep it where it's at. So I'll help you with that too.
So Suzanne actually froze when she said when it was going to start for me. I didn't hear that.
July 1st. Did you hear that? Okay.
Good questions. What else? Okay, I'm going to put in my email address and my cell phone number. And I'm in Dallas. And so I am always available for you guys to either phone chat or we can Zoom, or even if you want to meet in person, you got some other stuff you want to talk about. If once a year you'll start seeing me, if not more often. And if there's a bunch of folks back in the office, I'll come down to the office, just wherever you want me to do it. So I'm available for you guys and I work for you. So tell me what you need and we'll get it taken care of. Well, thanks everybody. Listen, I appreciate your time. Suzanne, thanks for setting this up. Let's get everybody enrolled and we'll get this thing moving.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you for helping me with screen share, by the way.
Oh, I think Rose had a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, Rose.
Oh.
She wanted to know when is the last day for enrollment?
Oh, you can keep going because we're going to open it up to everybody. So I know that's one of the things Suzanne and Nick wanted to do. So if you don't do it today and you want to do it in a week from now, whatnot, that's just when deferments will start, is July 1st. Yeah. Okay. Hey, if there's any more questions, I'll pause for a few seconds. Oh, did I have a K in there? Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, it's 401 plans, not 401k plans.
Right. I was just double checking because I saw your email.
Yeah,
I was like, that might be on purpose or it might be a mistake.
that's right.
What other 401 plans are there other than 401ks?
So there's a lot of other plans. Some people have single Ks if they're individually by themselves. When you do different government entities or charities can have different types of plans. There's 403Bs, there's 457s. A lot of it has to do with the actual organization. So school teachers may not have a 401k, but they may have more of a government entity plan.
But there's not a 401j.
No, not a 401j. I can definitively say not a 401j.
Or any other alphabet after 401?
Yeah, not really. No,
Okay,
not really.
This is how my brain works.
403B is the
403B and a 457. So the 401 stops at K and then it never goes forward in the alphabet anywhere.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, email me. I'll help everybody. Go ahead and sign up. It's real easy. You'll get an email and you'll get a PIN code in the mail. And thanks for the heart, Aziz. I appreciate it. I heart you back on your screen. And I'm here for you guys. Anything you need, let me know. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
In the meeting. Thanks, guys.